Hi, everybody. Welcome to Skipio 101 webinar. My name is Stephanie.
And I'm Courtney.
We are part of the customer success team, and we'll be going over just the basics on how to get you started. We'll go over just how to set up your call forwarding, how to get your first message out there. If at this point you have not completed your 10 DLC registration, we'll go ahead and provide a quick link here in the Q&A, in the chat, just to kind of how to complete that. And so we'll just provide it there in just a sec. Awesome. And then, yeah, let's get started. Awesome. So once you have signed up for a Skipio account, one of the first things that you will requires for you to pick your number. So you are more than happy to just go ahead in this field. You'll go ahead and submit an area code. In this case, we are in Utah, so I will go ahead and put, just submit 801. As you can see, some cities are a lot more populated, and some numbers might not be available, but we do give you the option to pick another area code in the state. So if you just click here where it says other Utah area codes, you can just select another area code, and then you can go ahead and pick a number. In this case, we'll just go ahead and pick this number, and then it'll request to select your time zone. In this case, we are Mountain Time. And then your language. So our website is in English and Spanish for our Spanish speakers as well. In this case, we're going to do English. And then we'll just let it load. Perfect. And then we'll be going over, Courtney will be going over just what some of these icons are and what they mean. So you can go ahead and take it away, Court.
Yeah, perfect. So for this example account for you guys, we already completed that 10 DLC registration for you. But as Steph already mentioned, we did include that link in our chat. So if you guys have not yet included that, completed that 10 DLC registration and you have any questions about it, we did create a separate video for you guys to watch that is really helpful, step-by-step instructions on how to complete that. So definitely look at that link if you have any questions on that. Otherwise, if you're kind of at the point that we are in this account, you'll see that there's already quite a few contacts in the account. And that is because of the connection that we have with InTouch. So as soon as you've signed up for a Skipio account using that Mary Kay link, you should automatically have your InTouch contacts in your account. And we'll go over kind of where to find those specific contacts. But this is kind of homepage here. Every time you log in, it will bring you to your messages. As you'll see here, we do have, it looks like one unread message. So that's where you see this little red notification icon here. In this case, I can quickly see that this is the unread message that I have. However, we also have these nice little tabs where you can sort your messages. So if I want to just see all the unread messages that I have, I can click on this folder here and easily filter through those. I can also look at any starred messages that I have. And you can quickly start any message just by clicking on the little star next to it, just to remind yourself to come back and follow up with it at another time. And then both the sent and the auto sent folders are where you're going to want to look if you've sent a message and you want to, revisit that message, see who all you sent it to, look at the contents of the message that you sent. It will appear in either the sent or the auto sent folder, depending on the specific feature you use to send that message in Skipio. So I would check both of those folders there. Otherwise, to get you familiar with some of these other icons here, this will show you how many active conversations you have. In this case, this is just our example account, so we aren't actively, currently corresponding with any of our contacts, but we do have 67 of them. You can track how many contacts you have here. For all of our Mary Kay plans, you'll notice that this is an infinity sign because you do have unlimited contacts, and that is something that is unique to just our Mary Kay plans. So we want you to be able to grow your business as much as possible, have as many contacts as you'd like. This box here will show you how many messages you sent for the month. Now, each of your individual plans include a set amount of messages that are included, outbound messages per month. So it is helpful to keep track of how many you've sent towards that limit. In this case, this example account is on our Mary Kay Platinum plan, which includes 10,000 outbound messages per month. So you'll see we've only sent 2 of those this month. So we've got quite a ways to go, but awesome. And then as far as this call forwarding feature here. If you see this in your account and it is orange, it means that your call forwarding is not set up. So at the kind of towards the end of this webinar, we're going to be going over how to set that up in your account. It's super quick and easy. And I'll also go over kind of what that means in more detail as well. This kind of field that appears here is constantly recirculating in your account and will show you kind of our newest product release or our newest article that might be helpful to you guys. That way it's kind of an ongoing resource center for you guys, almost like a little newsletter. So you can look at that for new updates. If there's ever any really big updates in your account, you'll also be notified either by email or a little pop-up as well. But this is a helpful place to look. We also provide free copyright-free images for you guys. So if you want to include images in any of your photos and you don't want to worry about any sort of copyright infringement, you can click on these and browse our photos in any form. And there's also some helpful buttons you can use down here to quickly, schedule a message to send, add context to a campaign, or even create a campaign. Now, as far as a campaign goes, we're actually going to touch on that in really great detail on a future webinar, but we'll go over kind of the basics in a bit here. Just to kind of further familiarize yourself with your account, I'm just going to go down these icons here. So we're on the messaging icon right now. If we click on the next icon, you'll hover over it and see that it says contacts. For this contacts icon, it'll take you to your address book where you can see all of your contacts. So I could scroll through and look at all 67 of the contacts that I have in this account. If I want to open any of these specific contacts profile sheets, all you have to do is select their first name and it'll open all of their account information, which is super helpful. Something that is great with having that link with InTouch is we automatically create groups for you under system groups that are specific to your InTouch contacts. So if you look here, you'll see in this account, I could look at all of my InTouch contacts if I would like, or I can just look at specific consultant statuses. Hey, if I want to just send a message to my A2 consultants, I'm going to click on this group, select message group, and take it from there. Otherwise, you can message just all of your consultants or just all of your customers, just your preferred customers. So super helpful. All of your InTouch customers should be organized under system groups in your account. And this groups is more for your custom groups that you create. And you have unlimited groups that you can create in your account. So if you want to organize your contacts by the state that they live in, or their favorite skincare product, or their skin type, or anything that you could think of, we've also seen quite a few directors and consultants use custom birthday groups. That way they can message, everybody in the month of their birthday with discounts and promotionals and stuff that way as well. So it is just a good way to organize your contacts and just to, further kind of optimize your messaging that way. We will be going over in more detail in a future webinar as well, kind of the details of creating custom groups, kind of all you can do using our automations and everything. But for now, this is a really good place to start as far as familiarizing yourself with your address book as a whole. Again, there's super easy buttons that you can use, like this message group button. Otherwise, you can select whatever contacts you'd like and use this send message button, and it'll select all the contacts that you selected. So those are just quick ways that you can get started with messaging in your account. Kind of going down the list of icons here as well. This next one is our Skipio calendar. This is really great if you want to see kind of all the messages you sent in the month, what time you sent them, what days you sent them, as well as future messages you have scheduled. So on our calendar, it looks like the last message we sent was on Thursday, August 3rd. And if we actually click on that message, we can see what it was. And then this message on the 14th, obviously the 14th of August has not occurred yet. So this is actually a message that we have scheduled to go out in the future. And we could also look at the contents of that message and edit that if we choose. And Steph will be going over that in more detail as well. This next icon here is for our campaigns. Essentially what a campaign is in Skipio, it's a series of scheduled messages that you send to go out that can automatically follow up with your contacts for you. That way you don't have to remember to follow up with them every couple days or every couple weeks or even every couple months. And that's something we'll be going over in great detail. But if you want to check that out in your account, there are some kind of template campaigns that we create for you. that you could look at, kind of get familiar with, and you could always reach out to us if you have any questions on that. But again, that will be covered in another webinar. This next icon is for our resource center, which is a really great place to get started. And Steph's actually going to go over that in great detail for you. So I'll kind of turn over the time to her.
Awesome. Thank you, Courtney. So one of the things that, just as Skipio as a team, we've thought of just to kind of, help you get started. As we mentioned to some of you during seminar, one of the things that kind of puts off a little bit of people is that you have to reintroduce a brand new number to your customers when they've already been established, either through your personal number or maybe through email, stuff like that. So when they do receive a text message from a completely different number, it can be alarming to a little bit of people. But one of the things that we've thought of is, and just to, help you get set up, is we've already have these templates here set up for you to help you introduce your number to your customers. So the more popular one is this first one here. It says, hey, first name. I'll go into merge tags a little bit in just a moment. But as you can see, it says first name. So what this will do is it'll auto-populate their name. And then it reads, this is my first name, which it'll populate your name. Your Mary Kay consultant. Now, this can always be, edited into saying director or whatever you decide. I just want to let you know that this is my new number. Please save it to your phone and let me know if you have any questions. So when, one of your customer receives this message, they know that it gets their attention because they do see that, their name is there. They know who it is because it includes your name and you're giving them the instruction of saving it to your, to their address book. So one of the things that I wanted to do is we're going to go ahead. Oops, sorry. We're going to go ahead and copy this message here. And that will bring us over here to our message library. So we decide, we want to, just get our first message started. Let's go ahead and let's click on this pencil icon. And as you can see, that whenever you're ready to send a message, you are prompted with this little side view here. Here's where you're at your contacts. So if we click that, you can select, individual contacts who you want to send this message to. But sometimes, we're ready just to send it to maybe all of our consultants or maybe a specific group. So these first ones, as you can see, these are custom groups. And then you can select, to message your whole InTouch, customers. Or if you want to just do maybe your consultants, you'll go ahead and select that, or maybe just your customers. And then you'll click confirm. In this case, I'm just going to do all InTouch. I'll hit confirm. And then down in this message box here, as you can see, the first box here, and I'm going to read them right to left. So this is our message library. If you hover over it, it lets you know what it is. And so if we select that, as you can see, I've already have that message saved, but I will go ahead and save it again, just, for the purposes of this video. And you can label it whatever you'd like. So if this is going to be your first message or your introductory message, I'm just going to put first message. And then we're going to go ahead and just paste this here. Now, if I do want to go ahead and change it, this is the time where you would, want to make those changes. And then I'm just going to scroll towards the bottom and hit save. In this case, because I already have this message saved, it's probably not going to save, but as you can see, here it is. It's already saved for you. So this is how you would save any messages that you find yourself, sending out, constantly, or in this case, just your first message. Now, this next button here, this is for ringless voicemails, and we'll go into, just in depth in regards to ringless voicemails in another video or a webinar. But if you do have ringless voicemails already recorded, this is just a small library where you can quickly pick one and hit send. The button next to that is for images and video. You can completely, upload any images, and that includes any like e-cards or any announcements that you want to send. You can just upload them here. Now you can do this with any files on your phone. If we even click just that button, as you can see, you can select to upload images or video. If you do hit image, you'll be prompted with the screen, and you can pick from your files, or you can do it through a link. And for videos, it's pretty much the same thing, although we do try to keep the videos from 1 to 45 seconds just to avoid any deliverability issues. Of course, if there is a video that you do want to send out to your customers or just to your contacts in general, that's a little longer. We always encourage people to upload it through a video sharing platform and just share it via a link. That way, you can track the link, see how many people clicked on your link, sorry. And that way, we avoid any deliverability issues. Now, this button right here is for our merge tags. So because we already have all the information synced over from InTouch, such as their first name, last name, along with like other details, such as their account, their last order or their current activity status, or even their last order date, their PCP status, or their last order, just details in general. This is some information that we can auto-populate. In this case, if we try to do it with the first name, if I click that, and I'm going to select just a single context so you can see what this does. As you can see, it'll auto-populate their names. So let's say I want to send this person a message. You can write your message around this merge tag. As you can see, it'll write around it. And then I'll go ahead and delete that. This next little button here is for emojis. We definitely encourage people to, personalize their messages, make them fun, let your personality kind of, shine through so that they don't think this is just like a service where it populates messages for you. We definitely want your personality to shine here. So we have just a series of emojis here that you can include. Our most famous, with with Mary Kay's, either, this little kissy face or hearts, or maybe you have the B unit and you can put a B. So it's always fun to use, these emojis. And then the next button after that is the button to schedule messages. So let's say we want our, and our first message to be scheduled out. Maybe not right now because, people are working, but I do want it to go out maybe, you'll select the day here. So maybe I wanted to go out tomorrow at maybe 9 a.m. that time. That way it gives people just to kind of get familiarized, and it'll give them time to get back to you. So you can select the minutes as well. And we definitely don't want to go in and out PM, so you can select AM. Once we hit done, as you can see, in two places when that message is going to go out. So here it says August 11, 2023, 9 a.m. And then once we hit send on Friday, August 11, 2023 at 9 a.m., that's when it'll go out. For this purpose, we're not going to send this message just, out yet. But this is how you would kind of get started to, well, at least, get started to send that initial message. And then, so just kind of going back a little bit, of course, and if you have any questions throughout throughout the webinar, we encourage you to go ahead and ask away, and we'll be addressing them at the end of the webinar here. And then Courtney here is going to show you how to set up your call forwarding number.
Yeah, so I know I mentioned earlier, if you have this kind of orange exclamation mark here on your home page, which again, you can get to by selecting this little messages tab. The easiest way to set up that call forwarding for your account is actually to just click on that, and it'll take you directly into your account settings where you can set that up. So in this case, before I actually set up the call forwarding number for this account, I really want to explain to you guys kind of how that feature works. So how it works right now, if you don't have a call forwarding number set up in your Skipio account, basically if someone calls your Skipio phone number, it won't go anywhere because we aren't necessarily a voice service, although we do offer the option to forward all calls to your personal phone. So in this case, if this is my personal phone number and I want to receive all of the inbound, phone calls that come to my Skipio phone number, all I would do is just copy that phone number as it appears here and just paste it in this forward to this number box and hit save. And that'll allow us to, we'll use my local time zone, and that'll allow me to receive any inbound calls to my Skipio phone number on my personal phone. Now, if this for some reason isn't your phone number here, or you want it to forward to a different, maybe business line that you have, you can always type that number in as well. So you can just type it down here, hit save, and you can even test that if you'd like. You can use your personal phone and, call your Skipio phone number, see if it likes, have a friend call it. Same with sending text messages. When you're first getting started in your Skipio account, one of the things that we recommend is adding yourself as a contact in your account. That way you can test your messages on yourself. That way, if you're, first getting familiar with that merge tag feature where you kind of use Skipio to autofill information, you can test it on your own contact just to make sure it's looking okay. But really where this setting took us is your account settings. A quick shortcut to get there is to click on this kind of forwarding box here. But another way to access your account settings is actually by clicking this icon here, which is for profile and settings. And then you can look at your plan details if you'd like. Here's where you'd set up that ringless voicemail feature. We even have an away mode that you can set up. Again, we do have kind of tutorials on how to use these features, but we will be doing future webinars as well about kind of really diving into some of these more advanced features in your account. But for now, I'm just going to show you how to access your profile with all of your settings. So this is where we just set up your call forwarding number. This is also where you could change your time zone in case you selected a wrong one or in case you're traveling and you want to make sure that it's accurate. Also for if you want to update your password at all, this is somewhere where you could easily do that. You can access your billing information by clicking on here. It'll show you how many messages you sent in the month, if you've gone over your plan limit, kind of how much over you've gone. And you could also look at your past billing history. As far as birthday messaging, which is something super exciting that Skipio is able to do for you, this is where you're going to want to go for that. So when you click on this messaging tab here, it allows you'll see that this first box says first name for nameless contacts. This is a really good option to customize if you're going to be using that merge tag feature where it detects the contact's first name. Because say, for example, I was messaging all of my contacts and I said, hi, first name, and I had contacts that didn't have a first name saved to my Skipio account, it wouldn't know what to do normally. So this is where you tell it what you want in place of their first name. So for example, if they don't have a first name, because I typed you here, they'll receive hi you, or you could type there and they'll receive hi there instead of, hi Abby or hi Alexandra. Whatever you want to type here is just kind of personalized for you. But you'll see this next box is for our default birthday message. This is where you can set up the automated message that you want sent when your contacts have birthdays. So if you're interested in having Skipio automatically take care of birthday messaging for you, you can add whatever you'd like here. And a lot of people even use this as a form of marketing tool. So if you want Skipio to automatically advertise for you on people's birthdays, what I've seen quite a few consultants and directors do is include a cute little image or maybe a little like flyer that they made up that says, 20% off your birthday or whatever kind of discount you want to offer. If you want to offer a birthday discount, you can include it as a little image there. Again, you can just click on this little image and add whatever you'd like. In this case, this is a good example of that merge tag feature. We want it to be personalized on their birthday. So we did use kind of the Skipio automatic detection of their first name instead of typing something generic. And you can customize this to say whatever you'd like. So if you want to include the link to your website or whatever you want, this is your message that these contacts are getting on their birthday from you personally. So you want it to be personal. You want it to have your own voice, use emojis, use images, whatever you'd like to make this customized, this is where you do that. Now, setting this as the default birthday message for your account means that any contact that has a box checked to automatically get a birthday greeting will get this message. So if you want to turn that on for your customers, what you'll do is actually go back into your contacts here. And then say we'll use Abby as an example again. Say we want for sure Abby to get birthday messages automatically. All we're going to do is open her contact, scroll down to the bottom here, and then you'll see it looks like we have her birthday. Now, if your contacts' birthdays are in InTouch, they should automatically be in Skipio as well. So all you should have to do is check this little box that says send birthday greeting, hit save. And if I don't type anything in this message body here, she'll get that default birthday message that I just showed you. Now, for example, if Abby is a super close friend, maybe even a family member, and you want it to be a little more personalized than the message that everybody gets, or maybe even a little better discount than maybe what some other people might get, you can type and include images for whatever birthday message you want just Abby to receive in her own contact sheet. So if you want her to get a custom message instead of your generic birthday message, this is where you would type that. And that's just kind of the basics of birthday messaging in your account. Again, you could set up custom groups with birthday months. You could set up drip campaigns to follow up with them throughout their birthday month. There are quite a few options that you have for sending those messages. But really kind of the goal with all this is just really getting you guys started, getting you familiar with the icons, the resource center, so you know kind of what resources are available to you. This is also a great resource center article because it tells you how to contact us. Again, you can click on this article, but we also have this little help button in your account. So you can click on this at any time if you have questions. And if you still need help after looking at, the resource center and our YouTube channel, our email is right here for you guys. So you can email us anytime. We will get back to you as soon as possible. And we also have our our texting support number, which a lot of you texted to get access to this webinar. But definitely don't hesitate to reach out if you guys have any other questions. At this time, kind of now that we're done kind of showing you the basics of Skipio, we really want to get to your guys' personal questions. So it looks like quite a few of you have asked some questions in that Q&A feature here in this webinar. So I think we'll just start tackling those.
All right.
Perfect. Let's see.
Yes, so somebody asked, so my customers can call on the number, yes. So if, as Courtney mentioned before, if somebody calls your Skipio number, once you have that call forwarding number set up, so pretty much what it does is, your contact is calling your Skipio number, then, you'll be connected via your personal number so that you can pick up those calls. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they won't know it's ringing to your personal phone either. So if you want to keep this as your separate business line where, you don't have to be giving out your personal phone number to customers, especially as you scale your business, this is a way that they can call your Skipio phone number and you can, have it ring to your personal line without them ever actually having your personal phone number.
And then, so it looks like, oh, sorry guys, it looks like, for some reason the 10DLC link is not appearing there, but we'll go ahead and resubmit that in the chat in just a moment here.
Yeah, and we also had a good question. Somebody asked if the all InTouch group is automatically created or if that's something that they need to create. Any of our Mary Kay accounts that are successfully connected to InTouch should automatically have a group for all InTouch and all customers. If for some reason you're not seeing that, definitely reach out to us and we can help make sure that that integration is set up in your account.
Yeah. And somebody's asking, will the recording be sent out? Yeah, so we'll go ahead and upload this to our YouTube channel, and then we'll also be uploading it via our Facebook group. So if you haven't joined that yet, go ahead and make sure you join it. If you don't want a link, yeah, we can look into possibly sending a link out. Thank you for your question.
Yeah. And someone asked if the templates that we give you guys can be edited. And that is absolutely the case. Yeah. So any of our drip campaign message templates that we give you, or in that specific resource center article where we gave you templates for how to introduce your Skipio phone number, you can copy those, edit them however you'd like. We want them to be customizable. Again, add your own flair, add emojis, photo, whatever you want to include with your message, make it personalized for you. So they're all editable. Yeah.
Yep. Somebody asked, so these are messages that will go to their phone, correct? Not email message. Actually, it looks like Debbie asked that. Yes, Debbie, that is the case. This is one-on-one text messaging. Yeah, these are not emails. So yeah, it'll be sent to their personal phone. That's correct.
Oh, this is a great question too. So somebody, Tanya asked, are numbers auto-populated in Skipio, or are we able to transfer over a number from another texting service?
Awesome
This is
question.
a question we get a lot. So if you're currently using another service or have in the past and had like a phone number that you would like to use, we can always test the ability for us to kind of number to Skipio. And it's called porting a phone number. So if you're currently using a phone number with another service and want to switch to Skipio, what we can do is just port that phone number over to us. And that way, that number would just be your Skipio phone number. So if that is the case, if you're signing up and want to get started before you go through that whole port process, you can just select a temporary Skipio number for now, and we can always replace that with whatever number is available to you.
Yep. So somebody asked, looks like Robin asked, if I send a birthday message to a recipient, will it show up in the auto send tab so I can ensure it was indeed sent? Yes. So because this is a automated feature, especially if they have that, receive birthday greeting. Yes, it'll be in the auto send tab. You can always like anything that's automatically sent, you'll find there. But overall, anything you send one-on-one or anything that was automated, you can always just find in the send tab as well.
Yep. And then Carmen asked, how do you send a flyer? A lot of times when people send a flyer or the newsletter, however they want to kind of use that image that's included with your text messages, is usually just saving it as like a JPEG image. So if you just save it as a photo on your phone, or if you have the flyer on your phone and you want to just take a screenshot of it, you could send that. So it does have to be in kind of photo or video format for you to include it with your text message. Otherwise, you can always link something as well. So if you have, a newsletter you want people to be linked to, you can just include that in the text message.
Says Mr. Beginnings, will we be able to look at this entire recording later? Is there a limit of 10-second view? Nope. Thank you, Michelle, for that question. Yeah, we again will be uploading this in our YouTube channel and in our Facebook group as well, so you can view it as many times as you'd like.
Mhm. Yeah, our goal too with recording it is we want you guys to have access to this at, as many times as you need to watch this and as slowly as you need to watch this. So, if you weren't able to fully follow along in your own account today, as you watch this video back, we hope that you can follow along in your own account and really just, get the hang of getting started. And it looks like Sherry asked, can you change the time that your birthday messages go out? So for this specific question, this is actually based off of the time zone that's set in your account. And we make it so those messages automatically go out in the morning, usually around 9 to 11 a.m., depending on how many birthday messages are going out for these customers. But if for some reason you don't want somebody to receive a birthday message, early in the morning, maybe they're located in a different time zone and you're worried about that, I would just maybe worry about more manually sending that birthday message. That way you can control the time that it goes out. Or again, you can set up kind of monthly birthday groups, and that way you just message them the month of their birthday rather than that day, if you're worried about that at all. But that isn't something that you can currently adjust, is the time that those automated messages go out. It will just go out on the morning of their birthday.
Mhm. And somebody asked, just to kind of, looks like it's Stacy, can you go over the messaging or context once we get them into Skipio? Of course, because we have that direct integration. As soon as you sign up for your account, it starts automatically syncing your context from InTouch to Skipio. So I can even head over to our context tab. And in your context should look, they should all be synced over. If you want to message like a specific group or maybe all of your contacts, you would just go to the tab here that says system groups, depending on who you want to message first, or maybe just who you want to get in contact regarding, just depending on the situation. Let's say I want to message all of my InTouch contacts, you can hit that and then hit send message. And then you can, actually, sorry about that. You'd actually click send message to group, which is right here. As you can see, all of the InTouch contacts are already included in this message. And then you can just start typing. If you want to schedule something, again, you would just click this, pick this, and just pick the time and date. But after you've, typed your message, all you have to do is hit send, and those messages will just go out.
Yeah, perfect. And then it looks like Michelle asked that if you text someone from Skipio, or she asked if I text someone from my phone, will it be this number or my personal? So I guess because you asked if it was from your phone, I think that depends. So if you're using the Skipio mobile app on your phone, they will receive a text message from your Skipio phone number. So whatever phone number you choose when you first sign up, that'll be your Skipio phone number. A lot of times, again, based on those template messages that we give you guys to introduce your phone number, we like for you to introduce it as, your new business line, or your new Mary Kay line, whatever you want to introduce this phone number as. I would just make sure when you first start texting your contacts that you introduce yourself, let them know this is your new number. If you still want them to be able to text your old number, I would just let them know, this is an additional phone number, not I got a new number. That phone number is no longer valid. And inviting them to save it to their contacts is really crucial, because then as soon as they have your Scipio phone number saved in their phone, all they're going to see when you text them is your name, whatever they saved your contact as. So kind of that first step, that first message of getting them to save your contact is the most important part. Once your contact is saved in their phone, all they'll see is your name when they text you.
And somebody asked, what is your Facebook contact? So even if you just go, open up your Facebook and search Skipio under the groups, little tab, the option that it gives you there, you should be able to find our group. It's actually called Skipio for Beauty Consultants and Directors. So you can just request to be added to that group, and then one of our support representatives will let you in.
Perfect. And it looks like quite a few people have asked similar questions about kind of using your phone number, using your own phone number. You can't use your personal phone number in Scipio, just because then you'd lose the ability to text from your personal phone. It just doesn't quite work like that. So you will have to choose an additional kind of Scipio phone number, or again, if you've been using another service, we can always port that number over to Scipio.
Yeah. And just to add to that a little bit, just a little context behind that is because you already have a current service provider, whether it be T-Mobile or Verizon, any of them. So they will not allow us to port over your number to Skipio, because it kind of creates a little bit of a mess. So anybody that calls or texts your personal number, if we port that number over, in the case that, the carrier does let us, then all of your messages will start coming through Skipio, as well as your calls, which kind of defeats the purpose there a little bit, because this is great also to create that separation between your personal life and your business. So all of your, and all of your contacts in regards to, Mary Kay, you'll find them there, instead of having to go back to your phone. Maybe you want to message a customer, but you have your family messaging you as well. You won't have to scroll through all of those people. And this way, all of your contacts for Mary Kay, that will be in Skipio.
Mhm. Yep. And it looks like Megan asked, is the preferred InTouch group that automatically appears in your account who you send the PCP to? That is correct. So that kind of quarterly, newsletter that you guys send out, the magazines for your PCP customers, that is the group that automatically appears in your Scipio account. It is important to note that the contacts that appear in that folder are the group as of the end of the last quarter. So whatever was the last people that you sent that PCP to, those are who are going to appear in that group in Scipio.
Mhm.
Let's see.
So Curly asked an awesome question. What happens to a video that was too large? Meaning, where does it go? So the carriers actually already have like a place limit, as a file limit. If you exceed that limit, most likely what will happen is that the carriers will drop your message. So what that means is they'll stop it from going through because of the file size.
Mhm.
Which is why we, encourage, if it is a video that is, a little bit larger, just to you can either privately upload it to your to a YouTube channel. That way you only share the link, or maybe you in your Google Drive, and that way it gives you the option to share it only to the people that have that link.
Mhm. Okay, let's see. Yes, Michelle asked a really great question. So she basically asked, when you message a group, they're not in a group chat, correct? And that is very correct. So on your personal phone, if you tried to text 20 people at once, they're all going to see each other in that group. Anyone that responds, they're going to get notified. Skipio doesn't work like that. So if you message 20 people at once, 200 people at once, they are all going to get a one-on-one message from you.
Yes. So Jessica asked, when you update your InTouch, will it update in Skipio? Yes. So let's say you have a brand new contact that you added to InTouch, and you want them to automatically appear into Skipio. So Skipio does sync your information from InTouch twice a day. But if you want them to automatically, appear as soon as you add them to InTouch, you can do a manual sync. So all you have to do is go to your profile settings, click integrations, and then click on the Mary Kay InTouch integration. We're not with Mary Kay, so we don't have this active, but there will be a button where it says customer sync. If you click the sync button, it should only take a couple of minutes, and then you can go back to your contacts, and that contact that you added to InTouch should automatically appear in Skipio.
But we do that automatically for you twice daily. So we make sure that it's as up to date as possible.
Mhm.
But again, that's just kind of if you want it immediately updated to Skipio.
Mhm.
And let's see, Jody asked a great question. If I forward my Skipio number to my cell, will the text messages be forwarded to my cell as well? So setting that call forwarding number for your account is actually just for voice calls if someone calls your Skipio phone number. Otherwise, if they text your Skipio phone number, the only way for those messages to appear on your phone is if you get the Skipio mobile app. And that's just called Skipio if you search it in the Google Play Store or the the Apple Store. It's just called Skipio, has our blue little logo, and you can access all of your customers and messaging there as well.
Mhm. And Tanya asked, just for clarification, when you use the message group, are the messages still going on individually, not in a group text? Yes, that is correct. They will receive the message individually. It will not create a group where all of the people, all of your contacts are in there. And we've talked to some of you about the situation where, somebody over text or somebody doesn't even, wants to be removed. This is not the case. It'll just, you select a group to send individual messages to. It's pretty much what it's doing.
Yeah, and then Taisha asked where we can find the script to introduce your Skipio phone number. Again, that can be found by going to the resource center in your account, which is just that newspaper looking icon off to the side. And then it's just one of our top kind of articles for you. So it is called How to Introduce Your Skipio Phone Number. You can click on that article and copy whichever of those is closest to what you want to say. And then again, you can paste it and customize it for you specifically.
Mhm. Okay, so I have Sharon asking an awesome question here. Can you repeat your answer about Scipio training for directors, such as recently became a director? How can I upgrade my account? So these trainings that we are doing are, across the board for consultants and directors. But if you recently became a director and you want your unit to sync over to your Scipio account, the best way to, upgrade your plan here is by clicking this profile and settings button. And then you'll go to the my plan button here. As you can see, this account is currently on the platinum account, but if you are, let's say on silver, it'll give you the option for gold and for platinum. And then there is a button that specifies like upgrade my account. You just have to do it on the column for the plan, and then it'll upgrade your plan. And just depending on where you are on the month, it'll charge you a prorated rate. You won't have to pay like the full amount, just kind of depending on where you are on the month.
Yeah, great question. And then Sherry asked, she was getting double notifications on her phone. She's getting basically 2 notifications when she gets an inbound text message. If you are experiencing this, we've had this with some iPhone users. All you have to do is actually just make sure that you're on the most up-to-date version of the app. So you might want to uninstall the app from the App Store, reinstall it just to really make sure. And then the key to really make sure you're as up to date in the app as possible is actually to open it and completely close out of the app twice. And for some reason, that makes it on the most up-to-date version of the app. So if you are experiencing any sort of bug, that tends to be a really good fix. Otherwise, always report anything that you're experiencing to support@skipio.com, and we can always look into that for you.
And then Taisha just wanted clarification, just to be clear, the consultant's activity status group is automatic. Yeah, so we go based off the information that InTouch provides us with. So as soon as they provide us, we know the most recent activity status for all of your consultants, they are updated. Yeah, that is automated.
Yeah, and then let's see. Yes, Sarah asked, other than the call forwarding setup, do we need to do anything else to be able to hear our phones ring when someone else calls your Skipio phone number? Really having that call forwarding set up should cause your personal phone to ring when you get an inbound phone call. So if you missed that call for any reason, I would, check your personal phone settings to make sure your volume's on, make sure you're getting notified when you get calls in general, because it works just like if someone calls your personal phone. That's how you should be notified with Skipio calls.
Mhm. Sherry's asking, can I add new leads who are not customers to Skipio? Yes, that is a great question. So you can manually add customers. You can either do it, just one by one as you're getting them. You can either do it from the contacts tab here and then just click add contacts. So you can either do it, manually, add new contact. You'll just submit their first name, last name, mobile number, whatever details you want to add, and then hit save. That'll create a new contact. If you have maybe like a CSV file, you can do it that way. You just click upload contacts, and this will redirect you to select a file, just to upload that file. You can always add your contacts from this other button here where it says new contacts. Again, you'll get to pick how you want to upload that contact. Even when you're writing a message, I believe if you hit add contacts, this could be on your phone, but let me just double check. Oh, right here. As you can see, it does give you the option to, if it's a new contact, you can either add it straight from here, and as soon as you're done, you can send them that message.
Yeah, and on the Skipio mobile app as well, if you have any customers or contacts in your personal phone that aren't in InTouch, you can always download the Skipio mobile app. And when you go to add contacts in the mobile app, there's actually a button to import contacts from your device. And you could either import all of your customers, contacts, or you can manually select or search for specific people to add from your phone if you want to do it that way.
Mhm. And how do we register? But it's not in the chat. We'll go ahead and add that now to that chat. Just a sec here.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Let me go ahead and post this in the chat here. Okay, we just shared the link to watch that 10DLC kind of tutorial video again. So let us know as soon as you see that.
There we go.
Yeah, let us know if you're still not seeing that for some reason, but the link should now be in the chat.
So Taisha asked, how do you know which is the best plan to select? I'm a new director and new to Skipio. So that just really depends on to how many people you're reaching out to. Our silver plan, we do recommend it to, new consultants and, definitely if you don't have as many customers, just to try it out because we have that 30-day free trial. If you are maybe a consultant, but you are sending a little bit of more than 500, just what the silver includes. Our gold plan does include 1,500 outbound messages. So if you think, that is the range where you'll be sending messages, that is a perfect option. If you are a director, maybe your unit is a little smaller, the gold plan is it's a great plan because that'll sync over your unit and your customers. Now, if you are someone with a bigger, unit and customer base, the platinum is a great option because it includes 10,000 outbound messages monthly. And yeah, so you just get a bigger, just a bigger range of the messaging that you can send. And it's $84 a month.
Yeah, and you can always view our Mary Kay specific plans, by going to your profile and settings, clicking on my plan and looking at the different plan options. Or you could go to mk.skipio.com and that'll show you kind of our current plan options.
Mm-hmm. Cover that. Let's see. Yeah, so Sharon has a great question. Is it recommended to access Skipio on Chrome compared to Safari? Yes, we do actually just advise to, access your Skipio account in Chrome. Safari is one of the newer browsers, so it does have a little quirks there. We find it best just to, access your Skipio account using Chrome.
Yeah, and if you're ever having issues on one browser, you can always try another too. That's always a good kind of test to see if it's your personal browser or if it's actually something in Skipio that's
Yes.
kind of going wrong. Let's see. And then Stacy asked how often we do these. That's probably a good question for us to wrap up on. So we are planning on doing these webinars once monthly. We will keep you guys updated on those and continue to invite you to attend. They will always be free for you guys. And we do always want to know kind of what you guys want to learn about too. So if you have any suggestions for specific webinar topics, we have some ideas in mind, but we also would love to hear from you guys as well. So
Yes.
feel free to reach out to us if you have specific requests. You know, if enough people want a specific topic, we are more than happy to go into that in more detail for you guys.
Yeah, and so that keyword that you texted in kind of opted you in to receive notifications about our upcoming webinars. So we will, send out a notification in time about our upcoming webinar, so that you are informed. And yeah, thank you guys so much for your questions. I hope that, we were able to answer most of them. Again, just stay put and we will be sending out that notification as soon as we got our upcoming webinar. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you guys have a great afternoon.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us. And again, if you have any follow-up questions or specific account questions that we didn't answer here today, you can always email us at support@skipio.com.
Mhm. Thank you. Have a good one, guys.